As a motorcyclist, whenever you hear the word Shoei, you may associate it with certain keywords: quality, comfort, safety, money. For 2017 though, Shoei have released a new helmet to their lineup, and you may have guessed it, I've got one in the box. Say hello then to the 2017 Shoei RYD or RYD. You're looking at the basalt grey version. This is primarily designed for naked motorcycles and younger riders, and I ride a Triumph Street Triple R, as you can see in the background here, every day, and I adore this helmet. Now let's get the boring stuff out of the way. It comprises of a 5-layer composite fiber shell construction, which means that it's light and strong. So it meets all the safety regulations that you would expect for a helmet of this year. Now it also features the EQRS system, as you can see by the red tabs on either side. This is the emergency quick release system for cheek pad removal if an EMT or a medical professional for any reason needs access to your head. All they need to do is give these a tug and out come your cheek pads. No worries there. Now in terms of communication and usability, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see inside here, but there are cutouts next to your ears for a communications device such as a Cena system, for example. Included in the box are cutouts which fill those gaps in case you're not interested in a comm system and you'd rather have a much quieter ride. You can do that as well. Now, one of the cooler features about this helmet is that the visor and the mounting plate is lifted straight from the Shoei X Spirit 3, which means that it's Shoei's latest design, which means you've got a better seal around the visor, so it's going to be better at keeping you warm and better noise reduction. The visors, as we've come to expect, supporting the Pinlock Evo anti-mist system to keep your visor clear in all weather conditions, which is pretty awesome. The comfort liner inside is completely removable. This means that you can wash it so it doesn't stink, and you can also replace it if it wears and gets too thin. So unique then to the Shoei RYD are the very distinctive brow vents and chin vent, creating a kind of Y shape in the middle of the helmet. Now to me, that's an absolutely beautiful, aggressive design. Kind of reminds me of Bumblebee from Transformers. And as a whole, I love the way that Shoei complement the lines of the helmet with these very subtle bumps in just the right places that give their helmets not just an attractive look, but also that kind of aggressive, I'm a scary motorcyclist deal. The chin mounted vent is actually pretty large and it's very good. It's one of the better ones that I've used. And on top, the brow vents, when you're riding along in a straight line, they're not the most effective thing I've ever used. However, if you were to turn your head ever so slightly to one side, this channel opens up like you wouldn't believe. Look to your left, get a big gust of air on the right side. Look to the right, get a big gust of air on the left side. And when you're turning your head ever so slightly, I can honestly say that these are the best vents that I've experienced in a motorcycle helmet to date. Not only do I personally feel like this helmet is beautiful to look at, but the attention to detail that Shoei never misses is prevalent in this lid. If we take a closer look at the open brow vent there, you can see the kind of industrial looking mechanism inside with the screw present as well. Personally, I love that. The same can be said for the chin mount. You can just make out the screws on either end. There are also a series of vertical vents running along in there. But instead of just focusing on function over form, Shoei have also thrown in a couple of little touches that make me love them just that little bit more. If we open the visor here and take a close look, you can see this carbon effect on this little stay here. They've also done the same on the visor's locking mechanism. I know that this helmet is aimed at the younger generation, and therefore maybe I'm biased as I fit directly into that demographic. Not only am I somewhat young still, and not only do I ride a motorcycle that's naked, which fits the design of this helmet perfectly, I can't get enough of it. So I've been using the Shoei RYD for about 3 weeks now, 4 weeks maybe. A question I've had a few times on previous helmet reviews is, why do I do part of the review
wearing the helmet with the camera looking away from it, because we can't see the helmet, so it seems kind of pointless. I actually find it to be a really good measure of what the noise and the comfort level is like inside a helmet to watch a video like this. With the microphone mounted inside, you get a good idea of how much wind noise is coming in. If there's nearly no wind noise whatsoever and my voice is nice and clear, then it's pretty apparent that there's low levels of turbulence inside the helmet. The wind is being directed away, it's not coming up inside the chin curtain, it's not hitting my chest and being directed up underneath. Even with the vents open right now, there's very little turbulence inside here. I've got a beautiful cool stream over the top of my head from those two amazing open vents on the left and right sides. I can't sing their praises enough. Now the ride enters Shoei's lineup just above the entry-level Quest, and so I'm going to compare it to that in a few ways. First and foremost, and most important in my opinion, is the wind buffeting. The Quest, which I also own, is an incredible motorway cruising helmet. The wind buffeting on that is near zero. Buffeting in the ride feels slightly different. This helmet has more movement side to side, and I'll attribute that to the big flat chin. The chin is relatively square with some kind of cut edges either side, so I would imagine that when the wind kind of catches either edge of that, that's when you feel the side to side motion. Other than that, stability up down is absolutely perfect. It's just as good as the Quest, no real noticeable difference. In terms of comfort and fit, if you have a head that Shoei fits comfortably, you're not going to have any problems with the ride either. As for noise, this helmet is perfectly acceptable. It doesn't feel like you're wearing noise cancelling headphones, but it doesn't feel like you're sitting in an aeroplane either. It's really rather good. In fact, I probably couldn't tell the difference between this and the Quest if I was to put them back to back. So I've had nothing but good things to say about the Shoei ride so far, but I do have two minor complaints. So the first, have fun cleaning the bug corpses out of the air vents. You're going to have a good old time with a toothpick or something, picking out all the little dead bugs from all the little corners and nooks and crannies and stuff, so that's not going to be a whole lot of fun. So cleaning this thing is going to suck. Now the second thing, which I believe to be completely circumstantial, is that to the very extreme left and right of my vision, at the bottom of the visor, I see a shape or a reflection. I think it's a reflection which has caught my attention. Now that I'm used to it, it's not so bad and I don't really see it so much anymore. But when I first started using the helmet, this thing would catch my eye. The first time that I noticed it, it actually took my attention away from the road, because I honestly thought when I saw it in the far left side that somebody was undertaking me in the lane that I was in. So I actually did a shoulder check completely needlessly. The reason I say that that's most likely circumstantial is, for all I know, my eyes just happen to be in the absolute perfect location for that to even occur in the first place. So if, you know, if your head is a different shape or your shell is a different size, it may not happen to you at all. So I'm not really discrediting the helmet for it. It's just something that I happen to notice in day-to-day use. It still happens now, but now that I know exactly what it is, it's not so much of a big deal. So when you consider then that you're getting all the creature comforts from a Shoei lid with some of their most up-to-date technology, namely the mounting bracket and plate and stuff from the Shoei Spirit 3, for only 350 odd pounds, that's really not bad. And in the last 3 or 4 weeks that I've been using this helmet, I've grown very, very fond of it. The styling I've loved since day one, and the usability of it just makes it a bit of a go-to, really. I've been using this helmet a lot.
I think it has to be said for me that if you're looking for that premium Shoei experience that delivers not only attractive and aggressive styling, comfort, safety, noise reduction and convenience, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.